Why, hello, do you like Batman? Well, too bad, he's fucking dead, I killed him. I'm Missy. I stream games, transition genders, and reach things on tall shelves. And I just got done watching the first episode of Gotham Knights. I love comics, but I don't watch TV too often. I think this is the third episode of DC live-action television I've ever watched in the history of ever. Behind the pilots of Gotham and Superman and Lois. Which is weird, because between the Arrowverse shows and Smallville, there's more episodes of DC television than there are stars in the sky! The show is an in-name only adaptation of the Gotham Knights game, released at about the same time. Both involve the death of Batman and a gaggle of non-Batmans teaming up to try and solve his death and stop the Court of Owls. In the game, it's Nightwing, Red Hood, Batgirl, and Robin. Four people who are all pseudo-children to the man, raised in his ways, and all adept crime fighters in their own right. And they were all, like, actual characters from, like, the comic books, from the books that this stuff is adapted from, like, it's from the comic books. But Missy, why would you have to emphasize that?
After my parents were murdered, I was adopted by the richest man in the city.
So this is Turner Hayes. Who's Turner Hayes? Good fucking question. He's an original character for the show, Bruce Wayne's only son, adopted after the death of his parents. He has never existed anywhere at all. He's not any of Bruce Wayne's children, pseudo or genuine. He isn't Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, or even pissy little Damien. I mean, I'm writing this just from having finished the first episode. It's possible the show ends with a shocking revelation he's Terry McGinnis with a Peaky Blinders haircut, but as far as his wiki page says, it's just someone's OC. The Hayes Code here is a pissy little rich kid, and when Bruce isn't there to watch him win a fencing competition, he decides to throw a massive party at the manor out of spite. Blondie here is Stephanie Brown, his only friend, fellow student at the super fancy rich person school, fucker of the meanest person in school, and super hacker computer whiz. I'm not like the most up to date on Stephanie Brown, but I'm pretty sure at least one of those facts is a goddamn hate crime. Meanwhile, at Wayne Tower, three loser criminals have managed to break into the billion-dollar tech facility thanks to using a mop to blind a single camera and removing the motion sensors inside a random vent. Because, if there's one person who's really lax about his security, it's the goddamn Batman. These three are Duella, daughter of the Joker, Harper Row, the ones in future Bluebird, and Cullen Row, her brother. They have been hired to crack a safe in Bruce Wayne's private office.
She's not just any old gun. She's the one Joe Chill used to pop Bruce Wayne's mom and dad.
What the fuck? Bruce, why do you have that? And why is it at work? I mean, okay, it's not totally out of nowhere. In Batman Year 2, Bruce whipped out a gun from a safe and announced it to be the gun that killed his parents, before then proclaiming it was time to kill crime with it. It happened. But A, Year 2 is generally speaking weird and bad, and B, he kept the gun at home, in his own house, with all his other weird-ass mementos to how much he needed therapy. He didn't keep it next to the fucking coffee pot. One of these days, Jerry in accounting is going to talk about his fantasy football league for just a bit too long, and Bruce is going to whip out the crime gat.
She's the one Joe Chill used to pop Bruce Wayne's mom and dad.
Also, why do you know this? This isn't the first time during the episode that Duella appears to get the episode script beamed directly into her brain, but it's still weird. Does she have some kind of innate gun sense? Or is she just one of those true crime girlies? That might actually be worse than being the Joker's daughter. The gun has recently been used to kill Batman and toss him out of the skyscraper. Whoever hired them for this did so specifically so they'd get fingered for the crime.
Hey, Dent, you don't want to see this.
Wait, so Harvey Dent just rides around in the back of police cars? There's no way they had time to go get him to deal with this important case. And he's a district attorney anyway, he's not a cop. Either the cops are already picking him up for a DUI, or, I don't know, Dent spends his evening blowing cops in the back of their cars, I guess. Heads he swallows, tails he doesn't. Oh, cool! Cops are fucking incompetent!
What are you drinking?
You know how to make coulda hooked up with anyone and you picked Brody?
I'm not sure I have the ingredients for that.
Oh, cool! Our main character is fucking insufferable!
So sorry, I don't even know how to tell you this.
Okay, I never watched Supernatural. Is Misha Collins a terrible fucking actor, or does being on the show make him very, very tired? Asking for a friend. The Turner Diaries, oh, that's way more insulting a nickname, didn't know his dad was the Batman, and when Dent asks if he knew, he throws a hissy fit. A hissy fit that manages to immediately reveal the location of the Batcave. It's not a bad-looking cave, either, especially on a CW budget.
Thousands have lined the streets to honor the city's fallen hero, Bruce Wayne, who Gotham has now learned was Batman. Wayne is survived by his son, Turner Hayes.
I don't know what's funnier, the fact that someone worked a Batman Forever reference into the funeral, or the fact that this extra has been very clearly dead for 10 minutes and nobody told him.
Hey, we didn't kill anyone.
An entire city thinks that we killed Batman, which is exactly what whoever set us up wanted. I mean, why else would they pay us all this money up front?
Then why'd you do it? Like, just asking. You got handed $100,000 and were told, pretty please commit a crime, and you just did it? You're not networking. Harper and Cullen are very specifically doing this to get out of town, and Duella doesn't think for more than 5 seconds in advance. And they paid for this anonymously. It's not like you're scared of them, so why'd you fucking do it?
And cruel this city can be.
And why is Simon Pegg there to arrest you?
No, it's not gonna bring your dad back, but I thought you might find a little solace knowing that we got him.
I love this scene because it really cinches that the only colors in the show are gray and yellow-gray. Gray, 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 gray. Gray, 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 gray. Yellow-gray! Pug! Nope, you didn't turn over 2 pages at once. There are mutants now. When the red thing's on their eyes, they're either Cyclops or a Dark Knight Returns reference, which is great. I can't wait to see which poor CW kid has to put on the swastika pasties. The Asian lady there is new Alfred, by the way. Alfred 2, the sequel.
Grand larceny, assault.
And that's just the stuff you know about.
I'm writing the script on a different day now. I'm having a horrendous allergic reaction to a red wine pork roast I made, and I'm completely bedridden, which is great, because physically being unable to do anything other than watch this is the only way I'd put up with this fucking line read. The young actors are doing their best here, and managed to pretty efficiently portray their one-note characters. Cullen's smart and kind of twitchy, Harper's overprotective, and Duella once fucked a Hot Topic. It's not the actors' fault that the material they've been handed is a goddamn crime.
I mean, I'm not a big fancy lawyer. I'm just a girl with 2 working kneecaps, but you two might want to get your story straight before you take this to a judge.
I am unsure who informed the creative team that the best way to endear your characters to the audience is unmitigated smugness. But if someone could please inform them that they're wrong, I will buy you an ice-creamed cake. And then we have the other acting issue of this whole routine, Timmy Turner here. Sad and rich is not an actionable thing for an actor to portray, so instead of looking at him and seeing a character, we're stuck staring at him and wondering if he'll ever pull off a facial expression. Maybe they cast him because he's the only actor they found as gray as their art direction. Great, 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 great!
Really? Because your birth certificate says you were born.
Don't use his dead name.
Fine. I got another dead name for him. Bruce Wayne.
Shut the fuck up! This is how you really prove it's a Gotham Knights adaptation, actually. Just shoehorn LGBT references without ever letting them actually affect the plot. Wonder if the show will make Red Hood attend a Pride Parade, too. What I especially love is right after this, Cullen says Dent is just being a performative ally to try and get people to let their guard down. Because he's not insulting Dent with that one. He is literally just pointing out how hollow the writers are. You gotta love it.
You get into Gotham National Bank?
I'm in all the banks at the same time.
Stephanie Brown caused the financial crisis. Yeah, that's fucking why DC doesn't like her. Well, makes sense now. Using the Batcomputer, Stephanie hacks into every bank at the same time to see who paid the thieves to try and steal the gun, only to discover they did it with turn, turn, turn for everything there is a season's bank account. And about 8 seconds later, he's arrested for the murder of his own dad. Great, 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 great. You know, I really have to wonder what the writers were doing here, because they made a dear friend of the family and the guy doing all the cop stuff, Harvey Dent, and they made the Batgirl who goes to rich person school and hacks things, Stephanie Brown. I understand trying to do new things with new characters is, like, the entire goal of the show, but I genuinely just have to wonder, why the fuck are these two not just Jim and Barbara Gordon? Anyway, Hayes Nani Nani isn't getting a lawyer because his dad's law firm assumes he's guilty and refused to help him. And he doesn't get a public defender because shut the fuck up. Because shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up! He ends up tossed in a cell with the thieves, and a fight breaks out because literally everyone on every side of this conflict is, and this is true, insufferable!
I bet you thought it would be easy to frame me. Since, you know, your pops killed mine. Little history, though.
Props to the show. The slow unveiling of various information to show how this universe differs from the others is handled pretty well. The complete lack of Bruce's previous sons is insufferable. But the death of the Joker, the lack of a Two-Face, and the presence of a mutant gang this early in the timeline, I'm legitimately interested in whatever shape this universe is going to take. I'm also interested in whatever cocaine Cullen had to take to start making this expression.
Break it up! Settle down!
And then the cops murder each and every one of them off screen. Oh, wait. Never mind, they're white. Never mind, we're cool. So that's why Duke Thomas isn't in this show.
City's already convicted the kid. You just need to make it official.
I'm practically his uncle.
Or your campaign can go down in flames when the voters believe that, despite a preponderance of evidence, you gave Turner Hayes preferential treatment because he's family.
Yeah, The Dark Knight made this assumption too, that people really know and really care a lot about what district attorneys get up to. I will bet you $20 on a hand job you do not know what a district attorney does, and I'll let you finish in my fucking ear if you can name your specific one. The crimesters are getting sent to Blackgate Prison, which seems weird for turned down for what. I'm pretty sure rich people don't get sent to federal prison the same day they're accused of a crime. The others have figured out he doesn't fit the mysterious Muppet Master MO and offer to bring him along when they break out of the van in mid-transit.
But whoever is behind it is going to make sure we have a little accident inside Blackgate.
Because the only way the setup works is if we all end up dead. Unless you want to join us in getting out of here.
Why haven't they done that already? Like at the cell fight? Cops love to lie and say the people they murdered are resisting, and you literally were, with face and body punches. Or what about when you were first arrested? Why not kill you there? Or even just when you were getting interrogated? Or what if they do it in mid-transit? All of these are real-world ways that cops murder people that I'm choosing not to cite my specific sources because it's depressing. And these guys are actively getting paid to do it. Never thought I'd have to say this, but these cops are way too nice.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to get these stupid handcuffs undone with this damn pin, and it's not working. Colin and Harper had no problem getting theirs off.
What?
Favorite moment of the episode, bar none. In the struggle, the van crashes and Duella holds a gun to one of the cops' heads, only for Turner Hayes to stop her. That actively sounds faker than the nicknames I was using. Unfortunately for him, cops are in fact cops, and also these particular ones are in the Court of Owl's pocket, so the prize for Hayes choosing the nice thing is they're all going to die now.
I'm Robin.
We have a Robin in this show? A black lady Robin? Hell yeah. Wait, a lady Robin. Well, that means...
Wait, I know you.
Carrie Kelly.
From Trey.
Oh, we're going full Frank Miller with this show. We are going full Frank Miller.
You went full.
Frank Miller.
Never go full.
Frank Miller.
I do like Carrie Kelly, though. She's fun. And hey, at least we're getting fun Frank Miller, and not out-of-my-way sperm bank Frank Miller.
I'm sorry.
If they just want to replace the second episode with this on loop, I'd be 100% okay with it.
They'll be looking for us everywhere. So we stick to the high ground. Nobody really knows about this place.
Yeah, nobody really knows about the giant fucking clock tower. Nobody in Gotham has bendable necks. While the crew discusses the case, they notice the engraving on the cop's watch, and Duella explains who the Court of Owls are.
We should have just let him kill us.
They're a conspiracy of rich people who run the city and stab you if you don't do what they say. Their entire point in the initial comic is they're a conspiracy so powerful and secretive that even Batman has struggled to prove they exist. And in this, they're pretty public knowledge, assuming you've ever gone to the local hospital. In all fairness, all TV shows are made better when mysteries are immediately revealed to the audience. I loved how the first episode of The X-Files ended with David Duchovny fucking mean-mugging the camera and explaining that a guy with a shit ton of Marlboros runs the entirety of the human race. I like how the soundtrack comes out of fucking nowhere and is clearly just a MIDI file on someone's desk labeled dramaticmusic4.wav, and I love how lame the Talons are dressed in this one. Holy shit. This is the Party City version of how they originally looked. And the We Have Talons at Home of the games version. And that was the first episode of Gotham Knights. How was it? Bad. Like a bad thing. A bad episode of television. Every episode of a DC show isn't this bad, right? Please, help. Mom. Wooden performances, poor writing, and the grayest goddamn visuals I've seen in years. I'm not really liking the Gotham Knights game so far. I'm just trying it now. But at least it has fucking colors. All shows start on shaky footing, and I will be shocked if this one turns itself around. But on that same token, I would love it if it did. It's clearly trying for its own history of Gotham, with references to some frankly wild lore, and it'd be so neat to see it come together. Although a lot of it is coming from Frank Miller. Yeah, never mind. Go ahead and, I don't fucking know, tell me I'm pretty in the comments if you want me to keep doing this. I own every episode of this stupid thing now, so I might as well. It is fully doable for me. Anyway, I've been Missy. I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife. Bye!